to another episode of The Whiskey Wife. I'm Heather, and I'm here with
Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks.
I'm glad you could do this with me. I'm so excited about having another woman participate in learning and experiencing bourbons and scotches and whiskeys. This is so exciting for me. Thank you.
I was so happy that you invited me to do this. I started drinking bourbons in the last 4 or 5 years and really started to explore it, and it's something that I really enjoy now.
I'm so glad to hear that. A lot of women tend to be hesitant to get into this particular area, this world of whiskey. So today we have something sweeter. We have a smoked maple bourbon. It's Knob Creek. This is the bottle. And so it's a very dark, as you can see, it's a very dark bourbon. There's not a lot of light that goes through that. This is definitely going to be, I've not had this yet. This is one of your favorites, you said.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to this, but my guess is this is going to be a very full-bodied bourbon based on how dark it is. So, and you like this on the rocks.
Yes.
Correct. I have not tried this. I'm going to try it neat to begin with, see what I think. Bourbons for me tend to be a little sharper. I think scotches are a little smoother. So I tend to have scotches neat and bourbons on the rocks, but I want to try it neat first to see how I feel and what I think, especially since it's supposed to be a little sweeter. And we found out something interesting about Knob Creek.
Yes.
It was named after the creek that ran behind Abe Lincoln's home in Kentucky. So we always think about Illinois, but in Kentucky. So that was kind of a neat
little history fact.
Yeah, a little history fact about the company. So, well, my dear, cheers.
Cheers.
You always got to nose it first to really... So I definitely smell the sweet in this. This is a very strong maple scent. So I'm looking forward to this. All right. Oh, that's very good. That's got a very sweet after flavor for me. It has definitely some vanilla in it. I can definitely taste the maple. It's not too sharp. It kind of, to me, it kind of has and I'm not sure, but it has an oak barrel finish to me. And I don't know if it was finished in oak barrels. I'd have to look, but it definitely has the sharpness of an oak barrel, but it's counteracted with that maple, and the aftertaste is very sweet. It's very sweet. I would imagine that this is great to put with, I would think, with just a touch of soda or seltzer water, and you kind of have this maple effervescent drink, right?
Well, that would be definitely something to try.
Right,
Absolutely.
we'll have to try that. I'm going to try this with a little bit of ice in it. I want to see, for me, again, I still have that little bit of a burn that I get with bourbon, so I want to see if that cuts it for me. So we have some ice here, and so I want to just see, give it a second here after we put in on the rocks, as we say, and see if that just cuts the burn a little bit.
Well, and what I like about this is, in comparison to a lot of the new flavored bourbons, because there's a whole flood of them out there, this has got some sweetness, but in comparison to a lot of the different, like the Old Smokies and different things you're going to find out there, this is not as sweet.
No, and I struggle with the overly sweet. It makes me feel like I'm drinking cough syrup or something, and that's not something I want to associate with sitting and having a nice evening with a friend or family.
Well, and like in Old Smoky, you definitely have that whiskey kind of sharp burn, where this is much more a lighter, and to me, like, it finishes out vanilla.
Yes, it does.
And so you get different, and this is a nice one. Like, I've served this with desserts. This is something you can just sit and drink. So this has become one of those kind of go-to, like, I don't need anything fancy. I just need a glass of something.
Very, very good. I really enjoy that. I like how I've got a little coating on my lips afterwards too. It's just that little touch of sweetness that's just, you had something good. You know, kind of like when you have a really good chocolate cake and you get just that little bit of frosting, like, that's so good. So this is perfect. I like this. This is great. And I could see this as an after dinner drink, as a dessert drink.
Yes.
It's sweet enough for that, but it's not so sweet that you will feel overly full or overly sugared, I think is what I'm trying to get at. You get a cake or an ice cream, and after a meal especially, it's sometimes too much sugar.
Well, and I think, especially in the Midwest, after dinner drinks were always very liqueur based.
Yes.
Where this, which is very heavy, and you can have like
Yeah.
and this is something that if at the end of the meal you wanted one and you're like, well, I could have one more. It's not so sweet that you wouldn't do that.
Right.
And it's not, it also kind of helps to just kind of settle and it doesn't sit.
Yes. That's one of the struggles I have with the ice cream drinks in the Midwest that we often are known for after dinner. It's great, but you've already had this big, full, heavy meal, and now you're going to sit and sip on ice cream. And of course, in the Midwest, what is it, 30 degrees out today,
Yep.
which is warm for us at this time of year.
Yes, but we're very happy, yes.
Yeah, we're happy about that. But to have ice cream after a nice warm meal and then go outside into freezing or sub-zero temperatures is not that enjoyable.
No, well, and we serve, our courses are usually larger than most,
Mhm.
and then your ice cream drink could be a monstrosity, and by the time you're done, you're just in a food coma.
Yes, yes. So this is a great way to finish out the evening
Yeah.
without adding to that overly full. Plus, you're not cold after a little bourbon. You get a little warmth from it.
It warms
Ooh.
you up inside too, so which is a good thing. If you're somebody a lady who struggles with being cold, and we have friends that are
Mhm.
eternally cold no matter
Yes.
what we're doing. This is a nice, kind of warms you up inside.
Mhm.
This is not as sharp as some of their other from Knob Creek.
No, it's not. This is very good. I really enjoy this, and I will certainly be adding this to my personal bar. This is great. Well, thank you again for joining us on another episode of The Whiskey Wife. Thank you, Tiffany, for joining me as well. I appreciate
I
it.
had so much fun.
This is great. I hope we can do it again soon.
Absolutely.
Cheers.
Cheers.